Once upon a time, in the peaceful town of Serenity, there was a young girl named Lucy. One day, she discovered a mysterious letter addressed to her. Dear young Lucy, this is your 80-year-old self, writing to you in the future. I know you're full of dreams and aspirations, and I want to share some wisdom I've gathered over the years. Lucy's eyes widened with astonishment as she started to read the letter. She could hardly believe what she was reading, a letter from her future self. Her heart raced with a mixture of curiosity and excitement as she absorbed the words on the paper. With trembling hands, Lucy continued reading, eager to soak in the wisdom and guidance from her future self. Lucy, life is a journey, not a destination. It's filled with twists and turns and ups and downs. Don't be disheartened by the setbacks. They are not roadblocks, but stepping stones to wisdom and a stronger you. Embrace them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. For instance, remember when you didn't make it into the school drama class? It was a tough blow, but it led you to discover your love for painting, writing, and singing. These passions have brought you immense joy and peace. You are unique, and there is no one else like you in this world. Don't compare yourself to others. Your worth is not determined by how you stack up against others, but by how you view yourself. And so, Lucy continued her journey, carrying the wisdom from her younger self. Remember when you lost your job at the age of 32? It felt like the end of the world. But this adversity led you to start your own business, a venture that not only brought you financial success, but also immense personal satisfaction. Secondly, embrace hardship. It's through adversity that we grow the most. When you were diagnosed with a health condition at 40, it was a wake-up call. It taught you to prioritize your health and well-being above all else. This journey towards wellness made you realize the importance of self-care and self-love. Thirdly, learn patience. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and that's okay. When you tried to publish your first book, it was rejected by numerous publishers. But you didn't give up. You patiently improved your craft, and eventually your novel was published and loved by many readers. Now, let me share an instance of humility and humbleness that shaped me. Once, during a community event, I was praised excessively for my contributions. Basking in the applause, I momentarily forgot the countless others who had worked just as hard. Later, a quiet word from a wise friend reminded me that success is a collective effort. I publicly acknowledged everyone's efforts, apologizing for my earlier oversight. That day, I learned the true essence of humility and the importance of recognizing others. Next, cultivate love and empathy. Remember the time you volunteered at the local shelter? The experience opened your eyes to the struggles of others and filled your heart with empathy. It taught you to be kinder and more understanding, qualities that enriched your relationships. But you also learned that there are boundaries to your empathetic nature. There will always be people who will take your kindness and empathy as a weakness for their personal benefit. Surround yourself with people who love and give you the mutual respect of love and friendship. Create a life worth living. Pursue your passions, cherish your relationships, and strive to positively impact the world. Engage in work that fulfills you and contributes positively to yourself and the world around you. Life is too short for regrets. Live in the present and plan for the future, but always keep sight of what truly matters. This doesn't mean a life filled with material wealth, but one rich in love, kindness, and peace. Lastly, find your peace and happiness. They are not tied to people or possessions, but are a state of mind. Cultivate them within you. meditate, spend time in nature, do things you love, and most importantly, be true to yourself. Peace and happiness come from within. They are not tied to material possessions or societal status. They are a state of mind resulting from self-love and a life lived with purpose. It took me years to understand that self-love isn't about vanity or arrogance, but about respecting oneself. It's about acknowledging your worth and not letting anyone diminish it. With love, older Lucy. So, Lucy learned to love herself, embrace life's challenges, and create a life filled with peace and happiness. In doing so, she found the true meaning of life. Over the years, I've learned to love myself with all my strengths and flaws. It wasn't easy, and it took time, but it has been worth it, and I will continue to love myself until I take my final breath. I'm not 80 years old yet, and this is not my personal story, but many of us can relate to Lucy's story. I am still learning and embracing the journey. Loving yourself while respecting others is the first step towards finding peace and happiness. We are all on our personal growth path, embracing the challenges. This journey here is just a short path compared to the long path of eternity. I hope these words guide you on your journey. What would your 80-year-old self teach you along your life's path? What would you tell your younger version of yourself? Remember, you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Believe in yourself, love yourself, and create a life filled with growth, wisdom, peace, and happiness.